Yeah, thanks again, viewers, for making my new book a bestseller on Amazon. I've written books for 15 years. Never sold them at the rate that this one is selling. All right, Fishing the Edge, Techniques and Tales from Surf, Boat, and Kayak, available at johnskinnerfishing.com and on Amazon. Yeah, good morning. Going to hit some older waters, stuff I used to fish years ago. Going to go for Fluke. Fluke's been tough this year, at least out where I usually have been fishing, and we'll see if it's better back in the old spots. This is the time of year, usually did very well there. We'll see. Every year's different. Yeah, I mean, I just left the ramp like 2 minutes ago, and this is already the second dragger that I've passed that's coming in. They typically drag at night and come in early in the morning. I'm going to have more to say about the draggers in a little bit. I'll have links to all of the gear in the video description, and if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And this is Eastern Long Island, but I'm heading west towards waters that I fished heavily 10 to 20 years ago. All right, so I just got out to the ground. There's birds all over. I got fish. This is probably bluefish. Could be stripers. I'm going to be targeting Fluke here. Okay, so this is different than what you've been seeing me use on my ocean videos and in Peconic Bay. Yeah, the same basic thing with bucktails and teasers. However, the teaser is simply a 3/0 Gamakatsu bait holder hook with a 4-inch gulp grub. And the bucktail in this case, yeah, you know, that really is a Skinner swing hook bucktail, so I guess that's the same. But the grub is also, yeah, this is a 4-inch, whereas normally, like out in the ocean and in the deeper bays, I'll use 6-inch grubs. And this bucktail's only 3/4 of an ounce to an ounce, depending on how the current is. So, yep, that's it. The same basic rig, though, 30-pound test fluorocarbon. Surgeon's loop at the bottom, dropper loop above that. And I'm fishing 15 to 40 feet of water. So already those fish are off the screen and the birds have moved, so I'm also going to move. And that's the thing, you know, if this is just bluefish going by, the stuff is just transient and moving quickly. All right, so I'm just making the first drop here, and there's two things that I do here. There's a big ledge and there's a slope. So a lot of times I'm fishing the slope. I've got previous marks along that slope where I've caught before. But when you've got the birds and the bait and all of that, a lot of times it pays to fish underneath that. You know, even if it's just bluefish on top and, you know, you see them pushing the sand eels, a lot of times the Fluke will be under that. So I'm glad to see the birds. I've seen a couple bluefish busting, riding over. So yeah, this is looking good. No, that's the wrong species there. Or, no, this is the wrong species. All right, that's good. A big sand eel. It's got to be Fluke out here. Wow, look at that. All right, I don't think I know any recreational fisherman who comes out and wants to see that. All right, it's a commercial dragger, dragging the bottom. I lived a couple of miles from here for 28 years. I fished the beaches a lot at night. I can tell you that these guys were always out here working at night this time of year. But there are more of them now, for sure. This is the first time I've been out and seen them working during the day right over the fishing grounds like this. Yeah, so a lot of people will blame the draggers for the drop in the fluke fishing. And yeah, this fluke fishery here in the Sound has really gone down. Can you blame the draggers? Well, you know what? All right, so for many years that I paid attention, they were only allowed like 70 to 100 pounds a trip. I see they're up to being allowed 210 pounds, but you know, even if you've got 4 draggers out here, yeah, I bet they can do some damage to this particular area if they're really pounding it. But the drop in the fishery and the sound has been much more widespread, and I have a hard time blaming that on you know, a handful of draggers, even if it's 4, 5, 6 of them. So yeah, what are your thoughts? How do people feel about that? You know, I know everybody has opinions. I'm curious as to what people think. Finally. Okay, New York waters, length limit is 18.5 inches. You can keep 4 fish per person. That one is definitely short, but I think I've been out about 45 minutes at this point, and that's my first fluke, so yeah, anything is a good sign at this point. So I'm going to keep working this water and hope to pull something bigger. Ooh, that's better. That's better. Okay. That's going to be an eater. Oh, nice fish. No need to measure that guy. So this rod might look like the one that I'm always using for fluke, but it's not. It's actually the bay version. So the Dark Matter Skinner Jig and Bounce bay, and it's perfect for this. 1/2 ounce to 2 ounce bucktail is really made for that. I use it in the shallow bays, Long Island Sound, and it was also the rod that I used on the weak fish in earlier videos. Oh, so this is classic. This is what I expect to see out here in June. Birds, bait, fish busting. And those are bluefish. I'm not targeting those. I don't really want to mess with them. And but certainly it's like a chum machine going on there. So hopefully I can pull some fluke from underneath them. Yep, fluke right under the birds. Oh, is he packed with sand eels? Big belly. That was a short. Right. Oh, that's better. Okay. It's actually not bigger, but they're definitely hanging with the bait. Stopping on this. Yeah, you know, you're not going to mark fluke on your fish finder, but any clutter like that, I definitely want to check that out. That could be bait, could be fish on bait. Definitely worth a look. Hey, you're going to see me turning the wheel here with purpose to get it all the way over. And that's something when I've been with inexperienced boaters, I don't see them do. And The purpose of that is when you've got even a little breeze like this, you want to turn that wheel into it, and that will help keep the boat drifting nicely broadside to it. It's not always perfect, but it's definitely the best you can do, and it just sets you up for a better drift. There we go. Oh yeah, what's fluke fishing without sea robins? Hey, this is the hooker. Yeah, I love this thing, and they're like 3 for $18 or something. I've got a link in the video description. All right, that wind is now in opposition of the current. The tide has changed. I'm going to be on that trolling motor to give myself a good drift. Else right now, I would be basically stationary, going nowhere. You've got to cover bottom in this kind of fishing. I don't know what this is. Weird. So you saw me hit a button on the remote for the trolling motor. Yeah, when I'm dealing with a fish, I'll just hit spot lock. It will just hold the boat in place while I deal with the fish. This way here, I don't lose any of my drift. Yeah, so I see the draggers coming through, making another pass through this area. So it just makes me think that, yeah, they've probably been putting a lot of pressure on this. And right now, I've got one keeper, and I've been out at least 90 minutes. So, yeah, I'm going to abandon this and just head to another area where I hope that the draggers haven't been working as much, and maybe I'll be able to pull some better fish there. But yep, got to try something a little bit different. Can always come back here if it doesn't work out. Slightly deeper now, right on an edge that runs like 25 and then drops way off, but I'm focusing 25 to 40 feet. Oh. You know, this actually feels like a big fluke. That is exactly what it is. So we've had a lot of cool mornings in June this year. So I'm still wearing full gear. Yeah, that's the Bimini Bay breathable slickers and top. Got a link in the video description. The stuff's reasonably priced, and yeah, very comfortable. I'm able to wear it a lot longer than I normally would. Just you don't get as hot in it. So that spot started out good, but didn't pan out. So I've gone back to where the birds and the bait are. Now this is where spot lock pays off, because I, to deal with the sea robins, I was spot locked so I wouldn't lose any ground. So I'm just going to swing the bow around and continue my troll. Won't lose any ground at all. Now, if I hadn't spot locked, I would have gone right over that fish while I was dealing with the sea robins. So, yeah, that paid off well. Yeah, whacked that guy in the gills. Glad he's a keeper, because, yeah, he's going to bleed out before I even have to bleed him out myself. Yeah, this is my brother. We've been texting back and forth. So, before you go running away, underneath those birds, I mean, it's not a place where I usually fish, but...
Yeah, I know. We've already done that.
All right. Because I was marking there coming through, and
so yeah, we did too. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go inside to the bar, then we're going to go to the pipeline, then we're going to go to the bar on the east side of spot 2, and if we have any luck, I'll let you know.
Yep, give a shout. Yeah, I mean, I need one more, so I'm going to...
You can affect the right...
right, oh no, 100% that's true. Yeah, no, I know. No.
That toy pays for itself.
This is Fluke, finally. Oh, you got to be kidding. There he is, he's back, come on. Oh, you got to be kidding. Yeah, so what my brother said at the end there, that toy pays for itself, he's referring to the trolling motor. They don't have one, and boy, you really need it right now to deal with the slight wind against the weak current. And so him and his buddy only have like a couple of shorts. They don't have any keepers at all, so he's going to move on to some other areas. But yeah, not his fault. Just today's a day where you really need that trolling motor. Whew. All right, so there's my limit fish, and that's good enough for me. Kind of a grind to get the limit today, but I'm not going to complain. And so my brother went and hit 4 spots after this and had only a couple of micro shorts. And that's what goes back to what I was saying about the draggers. You know, yeah, maybe the draggers, you know, focusing on one spot can put a hurting on it, but when you talk about a widespread area of a bunch of miles that have seen depressed fishing, it's hard to blame it on the draggers. And hey, if you're interested, if you go back to the beginning of my channel, my very first 2 fishing videos, they're recorded here back in 2009, and you want to see a difference in the fishery, it was really something back then. So all right, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Check out my online courses at saltstrong.com/Skinner. Don't forget my books, including my new book, Fishing the Edge, Techniques and Tales from Surfboat and Kayak, available at johnskinnerfishing.com and on Amazon.